Forgiveness, the art of letting go all the pain from all the people and things that have wronged you, and to live a full life full of joy. And I don't know, but the point is that forgiveness is actually a really hard thing to do at times. Many of us have gone through situations that truly feel unforgivable. However, forgiveness blocks us from a lot of manifestations, goodness, prosperity, money, love. Here are 3 major tips for those of you that are having a hard time forgiving. Stay tuned. Hello my beautiful friends, and welcome back to my channel. And if you're new on my channel, thank you so much for watching, and be sure to check out a lot of my other videos that are on self-development, manifestation, and just becoming your best self, with a little humor of course. Okay, so let's get down to the whole idea of forgiveness. Again, forgiveness can be a very hard thing. I used to be one of those people that I had a very hard time forgiving people. If I felt like somebody did something wrong to me, I would totally just cut you off, and no explanation, no nothing, and I would move on. However, with the years, I realized that that is not working for me, because everybody is human. And guess what? I've done things to people that are less likable as well. And so who am I to just be cutting people off and holding resentment and releasing them from a friendship instead of working through the issue, through the problem? And so this video for me is very personal, extremely personal in a way, because right now I'm also in a forgiveness journey. With every goal, with every goal that you want to achieve in life, there has to be some sort of transformation. And that transformation has to do with you releasing things that are no longer serving you. In other words, forgiveness. Yay! Okay, I'm sorry. If you feel like forgiveness is not a fun thing, I promise I will do my best to not make fun of it. But you gotta make fun of the pain sometimes. I mean, fuck, you know? It's not easy. And you know what? Humor is healing. So let's get down to the first one. Tip number 1. All forgiveness is self-forgiveness. That's right. So forgiveness is not about forgiving really the other person. Forgiveness is about forgiving yourself first, and forgiving whatever it is that happened to you, but to yourself. The question that I get the most when it comes to forgiveness is, do I need the other person to forgive? Do I need that person to be there? Many times we do feel like we need that person to be there. But the reality is that that person doesn't need to be there. You are the one that needs to forgive yourself for whatever happened to you. And this could be a tough one. And I hope that this can actually resonate with some people, and I'm sure it will to a degree, that you have to forgive yourself for whatever it is that happened to you. And even though you know that it wasn't your fault, or you know that you feel like you were victimized, you still have to go deep inside yourself, and you have to tell yourself, I'm sorry for this happening to you. That's where you can allow compassion to come in. It's like forgiveness comes in stages, and one of the biggest stages is self-forgiveness. Heck, that might actually be everything you need and all you need. Okay, number 2. All right, number 2 is a big one, and that is see the bigger picture. How has your life changed since this thing that you're having a hard time forgiving happened to you? I'm sure that whatever happened to you, it felt like a tragedy, and probably still feels like a tragedy. But you have to see the silver lining. What has that pushed you to do? Maybe that pushed you into the right direction as far as your profession. Maybe that pushed you into the right direction as far as people and your relationships, your own self-love. The best example that I can give 1,000 examples, but the best example that I can give is when I got raped. I could easily fall into the, into what most of us fall into, which is, why me? And this person is a terrible person. And, this is so disgusting. This happened to me. And you fall into this really dark depth of self-pity. And for me, my rape, I knew that I didn't want to fall into that. And I see the bigger picture. For me, and it sounds crazy, but for me, my rape was pretty much the best thing that has ever happened to me, because it really propelled me to where I am now. I wouldn't be making this video if it wasn't because of that. I wouldn't be helping the people that I do, and the clients, and the career that I have because of that. And so I needed to step away from thinking that, why did this happen to me? And this person is so disgusting, and all these horrible things. And I needed to kind of go into the goodness and what has come out of it. And so you have to see the bigger picture, what is coming out of it. And hopefully that can give you some clarity into why this happened to you, and maybe why this is happening to you. And number 3, this, just hear me out on this one. Number 3 is, something has to die in order to forgive. And by that, I don't mean a person. By that, I mean some sort of idea, something that you're holding on to in how your life should be, some sort of belief, expectation. That has to die, and this is the letting go part. That has to die in order for you to accept, in other words, forgive what has happened and what is happening and what you're going through. Right now, I'll give you guys an example real quick of what's happening. Every time with me and in general, every time that you have a new goal, you have to go through a transformation. And so right now I have a really big goal, and I'm going through a really big transformation where I am examining my teenage years, and I have to forgive a lot of my teenage years. I've forgiven a lot of my childhood. I'm revisiting old memories that I thought that I got rid of, but they're coming up for me. And they're coming up for me because now I'm forgiving another aspect of it. And so I've had to do a lot of self-forgiveness. But that's because I want this big, beautiful thing to come through into my life. And I know that the only way for me to receive goodness, for me to prosper, is for me to let go of old pain, old ideas, old expectations, so I can make room for the new. And so, and this is part of the reason why I haven't made videos lately, because I'm actually suffering from career burnout. It turns out that you can get burned out from doing things you love. And I'm going to talk about it in the next video. And so, guys, it was already hard enough for me to make this video, even though I'm actually really inspired today, and I knew that today was the day to make it, and I'm so happy because I really like expressing myself. But right now, I'm at a process where I'm really learning who I am all over again as a new and more healed, more elevated human. And I'm really learning to have patience with myself, something that I was not taught. My mother, my family did not have patience with me. But that's not something that I was even aware of. That's something that I'm realizing now. And so I'm learning to have that with myself. And that means that I had to put things on hold. I had to put clients on hold, and I had to put my life on hold. And until I'm ready and until I feel well, I know that the abundance that I'm looking for in my life is not going to come through. And so I hope this video was incredibly helpful for you. I am super looking forward to hearing about you and your experiences. This video is actually a sequel to my last video, which is the ancestral trauma healing. Duh, that's what I'm healing right now. And I would love to hear your comments. And if you have any other video ideas that you would like for me to talk about, then leave it in the comments or send me an email, description below. And I'll catch you guys next time. Mwah. Bye.